The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Buckle your chin strap for Chase to the Checkered. The 2003 season is coming to an end, and the points races are coming down to the wire. With it all on the line, the racing is getting rough, and the feathers are getting ruffled. So get everyone together, because Chase to the Chase to the Checkered starts now.
Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm from Somerset. This is Emily, Livia, Joni, Bob, Will, Tammy. Hey, Paula. We're from Somerset. Race fans, start your engines.
Race fans, welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. Let's get things rolling with the Jennerstown Speedway Charger Division. Number 22 Dwayne Knoll started on the pole and rifled out with the lead. On lap 3, division points leader number 27 Greg Praisner made contact with number 02 Mike Stevens and went for a ride. Watch the impact on the C2C second look. Luckily, Praisner was not injured.
I don't know as far as the frame damage. It looked like the right front horn might have actually been bent up a little bit. But as far as that, I don't know. It's really tough to tell. It's probably a lot of it's cosmetic.
When you're carrying that much speed out of the corner, your car drifts up anyhow. You're kind of just along for the ride until it bites traction. Well, as it was sliding up when I caught it, I felt somebody hit me and I didn't know who it was. I almost lost it myself. And I come around and saw Greg, and I already spoke to him. He knows I would have never done that on purpose. I never saw him back there.
Knoll retained his lead on the restart, with number 24 Chantal Germick taking second away from Stevens. 2 laps later, number 74 Haas Grubb sent Stevens to fourth. With 4 laps to go, number 79 Bruce Bond was facing the wrong way in turns 3 and 4, bringing out the caution and erasing Dwayne Knoll's lead. On the final lap, Haas was alongside of Knoll, duking it out for the front. As they came down to the line, Knoll kept the throttle mashed and won the Jennerstown Speedway Charger feature. Let's take a C2C second look to see how close that one was. Knoll got the win by about a fender. This was the second win of 2003 for Irwin, Pennsylvania's Dwayne Knoll.
I didn't need that last caution. I knew it was going. I was pushing real bad. I was trying to take it easy through the turns. I seen Haas behind me, and it was a heck of a run to the checkered line, to the finish line.
Everybody's getting better. I mean, it's really a shame that the year's coming to an end because these guys are getting better, they're getting faster. Maybe a little crazier, but that's all part of it.
Knoll and Grubbs were followed by Mike Stevens, Chantal Germick, and Rick Phillips in the top 5 finishers. Having Greg Praisner out of the race helped Chantal Germick to retake the points lead.
That's no way you want to take a points lead back over. You want to take it back over, when you're racing clean and, having a good time. But I feel bad for Greg, but, racing's racing. It could have happened to me too.
Germick now leads the Charger Division points by 8 points over Greg Praisner. Haas Grubbs, Mike Stevens, and Dwayne Knoll make up the rest of the top 5 Charger Division points getters. Now, the Jennerstown Speedway Street Stocks. Number 34 Richard Nicola led the season-high field of 15 street stocks through the early laps. Division points leader number 0 Dink Colarusso had to once again work his way through traffic. Here he gets by number 74 Jason Holder for fourth. A lap later, number 73 Roger Onstead fell victim to Colarusso while the Zero moved to third. Meanwhile, up front, number 33 Jeff Petrini got around Richard Nicola for the lead on lap 10. Colarusso followed Petrini, sending Nicola to third. Petrini held Colarusso at bay for 5 laps, but Dink used his patented inside move and passed the 33 for the lead on lap 17. Nicola followed for second. Dink Colarusso extended his lead and went on to win the Jennerstown Speedway Street Stock feature. This was the 12th consecutive of 14 wins for the pride of West Mifflin in 2003.
Boy, I tell you what, Jeff and Richie, man, they're fast. My hat's off to Richie. Richie's a Motordrome guy. He come up here, he's really fast. He's just like Todd Knight. When Todd comes, you got to really be on your game to get them guys.
My first time back since last year. I went up here the last race of the season up here, and car was hooking up pretty good. It was a little tight on entry, but got to see how these fast guys run up here. It was a lot of fun.
Actually, it was getting tighter, so I was driving it in harder, so it was loose coming out. So I was just trying to calm down coming in a little bit and get a little lower on the track, but it didn't work out for us.
Colarusso, Nicola, and Petrini were followed by Roger Onstead and Bill Ashton in the top 5. With only 2 races remaining in 2003, Colarusso is way out in front, leading the Street Stock Division point standings over Roger Onstead. Jason Holder, Billy Mostaller, and Josh Dunmeyer round out the top 5 in the Jennerstown Speedway Street Stock points. Coming up on Chase to the Checkered, we've got the highlights from our rough Jennerstown Speedway modified feature and the Wheeler Brothers 200. But first, let's see if you can fill in the gap. Presented by GapGuard.com. If you own a pickup truck, you've got to get to GapGuard.com. Who was Jennerstown Speedway's late model division champion in 1993? Was it Tim Ice, Charlie Cragen, Jeff Dunmeyer, or Barry Oddie? We'll have the answer later on Chase to the Checkered. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Race fans, welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. Now, the action from the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. As the Brooks Automotive Group pace car dropped into the pits, 2002 division champ number 8 Marion Reno Jr. took off with the early lead. 4 laps in, number 97 Jason Lasky joins a tight pack of trucks that came up to challenge Reno for the lead. Points leader number 96 Todd Price got by Lasky on the outside, taking second. A lap later, Price kept the momentum going as he passed Reno for the race lead, with number 20 Josh Kokenauer following for second. Kokenauer chased Price for 15 laps. On the last lap of the race, Kokenauer dove low into turn 1 and came alongside of Price. As they came out of turn 4, Price got loose and Josh Kokenauer shot out with the lead and the win in the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks feature. This was the Somerset drivers' 3rd win of 2003.
My crew did one heck of a job. They set the truck up. I was a little worried. Going out there, I thought we'd be too tight, but they did it. I don't know how they did it, but they did it.
The truck was working good. We got up through the traffic on the outside and pretty much used up the right rear tire, and just got in 1 and 2 a little hot, and that gave the door to Josh to get in low, and just couldn't make the momentum back up.
Kokenauer and Price were followed by Derek Wink, Jason Lasky, and Marion Reno Jr. in the top 5 finishers. The 2nd place finish, while disappointing, helps to keep Todd Price on top of the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Truck points. However, Jason Lasky is just 8 points behind in 2nd. Marion Reno Jr., Josh Kokenauer, and Adam Kostelnik round out the top 5. The PA Legacy Series had last week off. They returned to Jennerstown Speedway tonight with Greensburg's Jamie Balkovac as the points leader. Brett Boyer is just 16 points behind in 2nd. His brother Rick is tied with PJ Ehrlich and Kyle Martell for third. Dave Campbell and Chris Brink round out the top 5 in the PA Legacy Series points. Now, bolt down your television. It's time for the highlights from the Jennerstown Speedway Modifieds. Number 42, racing Jason Bush. Number 37, Paul Urso. And number 1, Mike Bacalon were in a hot battle for the early race lead. But Bush rubbed a tire into Urso, sending them all skidding. No damage here, but that was about to change. On lap 14, as Jason Bush and number 31, Matt Smith, fought for the lead, Smith and number 60, Bob Bench Jr. got together, causing a huge mess on the backstretch. Just listen to the impact. Miraculously, no drivers were injured in this mishap. Bob Bench Jr. left before we could speak with him, but we did catch up with Matt Smith.
I don't think anybody needs me to tell him who did it. I think everybody can see it, you know. He did it to me in the heat race. And then he lies to me to my face, says he didn't do it. And he does it again in the feature. Why? Because I made him look bad twice. I was making him look bad again. He's on a winning streak here. Guess what? It's over. So he takes me out.
Only 3 cars survived the incident for the restart. Number 42, Jason Bush, number 1, Mike Bacalon, and number 37, Paul Urso. When they got things going, Urso and Bacalon were fighting behind Bush, waiting to make their move. On the final lap, Mike Bacalon forced his way alongside of Bush and took the lead. When they came to the line, Mike Bacalon took the win. This was the 6th win in 2003 for the North Versailles driver.
You know what, I couldn't race them on the bottom, so they wanted to race on the bottom themselves. I just went to the outside and I drove as hard as I could to get that win.
We need to take a C2C second look to see who took second. The scores gave the position to number 42, Jason Bush, in a tight finish.
Mike got on the outside of me there with 2 laps to go and tried to hold him off, and I couldn't do it. The car got a little bit loose towards the end, so hopefully we can fix that problem for next week.
And I just went on. I wanted to run a lap just to stay in the points. I shook it down a little bit. It wasn't too bad. And Mike was out there, so I'm like, all right, I can't let Mike get too far ahead. So I just figured I'd have some fun and try to keep it clean.
Matt Smith and Bob Bench Jr. got 4th and 5th, respectively. His win moved Mike Bacalon to within 4 points of the leader, Paul Urso, in the Jennerstown Speedway Modified Division points. 3rd place point getter Matt Smith has been suspended from Jennerstown Speedway for the remainder of the 2003 season for unsportsmanlike conduct. Jason Bush and Brian Stevenson round out the top 5 in modified points. Coming up on C2C, we've got the highlights of the Wheeler Brothers 200. Let's see if you can fill in the gap. Presented by GapGuard.com. If you own a pickup truck, you gotta get to GapGuard.com. Who was Jennerstown Speedway's late model division champion in 1993? Was it Tim Ice, Charlie Cragen, Jeff Dunmeyer, or Barry Audi? We'll have the answer when we come back to Chase to the Checkered. Welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. Now, let's see if you filled in the gap. Presented by GapGuard.com. Who was Jennerstown Speedway's late model division champion in 1993? Was it Tim Ice, Charlie Cragen, Jeff Dunmeyer, or Barry Audi? The 1993 track champ was Chargin' Charlie Cragen. He returned to race at Jennerstown Speedway last Saturday night, driving one of Neil Brown's backup cars.
We got a couple grandkids now, and we spent some time with them, and there's a few other things, and I go to races once in a while.
Now, let's meet the first 4 rows in the starting grid for the Wheeler Brothers 200.
Charlie Cragen from Hopewell, Pennsylvania, driver number 42.
Chucky Kessler, car number 1 from White, PA.
My name's Neil Brown from Acme, Pennsylvania. I drive a late model number 98 Coors Light.
Hi, Mark Smith from Marsdale, Pennsylvania, driving the R&M Peterbilt number 94. Hi, I'm Tommy Beck, driver of the Larry Lynn Flooring Froggy 98, Stance Transmissions number 60. I'm out of Murraysville, Pennsylvania.
Hi, I'm Richard Mitchell, driver of the number 22 late model Howard Concrete Pumping Chevrolet Monte Carlo. I'm from Brewston Mills, West Virginia.
Hi, I'm Bobby Henry, number 11 from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, driving the Henry's Motor Cells Ford Taurus.
Hi, I'm Barry Audi from Jennerstown PA. I drive the 75 Wheeler Butters Stoystown Auto Record late model.
Now, the highlights of the Rolling Rock late models racing in the Wheeler Brothers 200. Barry Audi held the early lead, with number 11 Bobby Henry and number 22 Richard Mitchell fighting for second. But back in the pack, several cars, including number 23 Dusty Rhodes, number 8 Jimmy Lang, and number 42 Charlie Cragen, were tangled up in turn 2. Cragen's return to Jennerstown was spoiled and ended early. Barry Audi resumed his lead as number 60 Tommy Beck came up to join the fight at the front. On lap 48, Mark Poole was sideways, and number 69 Chris Lester and number 01 Robert Delanoy got together. Delanoy's crew went to work on the 01. By lap 86, Bobby Henry had caught up with the race leader Barry Audi and passed him for the lead. On lap 101, a competition yellow was thrown to allow all the drivers to come in for repairs, fuel, and new tires. When the race resumed, number 11 Bobby Henry maintained his lead with number 75 Barry Audi right on his tail. While those two battled, number 22 Richard Mitchell was moving back up. Here he gets by number 95 Gary Wiltrout for third. After two cautions and a lengthy fight, Mitchell was able to catch up to Audi and passed him for second. Mitchell had plenty of time and lap by lap chipped away at Henry's lead. Finally, on lap 141, Mitchell moved to the front spot. On lap 162, number 6 Snooky Williams had a blown tire and was blocking the entrance to pit road. This brought out the caution and lined everyone back up. Bobby Henry was poised to retake the lead, but Mitchell used the lap number 7 car of Jeremiah Kuntz to scrape Henry off his side and held the lead. As we approached the final laps, number 95 Gary Wiltrout and number 94 Mark Smith made contact on the front stretch. Smith brought it into the pits and avoided causing a caution. With under 10 laps to go, Henry was again alongside of Mitchell, and again Jeremiah Kuntz was in Henry's way and Mitchell maintained the lead. Then, with 6 laps to go, Kuntz had spun, brought out the caution, and put Henry on Mitchell's rear bumper for the restart. But Mitchell took off like he was shot out of a cannon. No one would catch him, and Richard Mitchell went on to win the Wheeler Brothers 200 at Jennerstown Speedway. This was the 4th win of 2003 for the Brewston Mills, West Virginia driver. He won every extra distance race at Jennerstown in 2003.
It was loose, real loose the first 100, and actually it loosened up pretty bad there on that second 100. Yeah, the guys, whenever I told them what was going on, they made the adjustments and worked on the tires. I can't say enough for them guys because they're the ones that do it every week. I just drive the car. If it wouldn't have been for that lap car, Bobby would have had me, and we were so loose there, I couldn't have got under him later on in that last 100. So, you know, the lap cars played a good part for us that time, and, you know, feel bad for Bobby.
Daggone lap cars, I don't know. There's a couple lap cars out here that really need to learn a few things about racing. I mean, Jake's giving them the move over flag, and they're not paying any attention to it. And we're gonna have to do something about it.
First lap, the car worked really good. Got a little tight at the end, and we're just riding, and we loosened the car up some for the second, and ended up getting tighter yet than the first 100. The tires really went funky on us, and just have to take third and come back next week.
Mitchell, Henry, and Audi were followed by Gary Wiltrout and Neil Brown in the top 5 finishers of the Wheeler Brothers 200. Audie's third place finish helps to keep him on top of the Rolling Rock Late Model Division points. With 3 races remaining, 10 points separate Audie from Neil Brown. Bobby Henry, Mark Gatone, and Tommy Beck make up the rest of the top 5 in the Rolling Rock Late Model Division points. In the NASCAR Dodge Northeastern Regional standings, Barry Audie's third place finish moved him up a notch. The Jenners, Pennsylvania driver is now in third place. Coming up tonight at Jennerstown Speedway, Leader Drugstores presents the racing of the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series and the PA Legacy Series. Plus, it's Car Cruise Night. All drivers who bring their classic and antique cars to Jennerstown will be admitted for free. Their passengers get half-price admission up to $5 off a ticket. Adult admission is just $10. Kids 12 and under get in for free. Then next Saturday, Coke, Wheeler Pontiac, and Wheeler Trackside present the racing at Jennerstown. And it's Firefighter Night. Next Saturday, all firefighters from throughout the region with the proper ID will be admitted to the Speedway for free. And in 2 weeks, the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series comes to a close at Jennerstown Speedway. With the points races as tight as they are, you won't want to miss a second of the action. For more information on these events, contact the Speedway's ticket office or visit them online at jennerstown.com. I'm Steve Richard. Thanks for watching Chase to the Checkered. We'll see you next week right here for all of the motorsports excitement of local NASCAR racing. But we hope to see you tonight at Jennerstown Speedway.